Always love ZU Dubai. Love engaging with the students, love hearing their questions, their feedback on the talks that I give and the lectures that I give. I love the Entrepreneurship Carnival because I feel it gives the students an opportunity to just let loose and be free. And you really see the creative side of people through these carnivals. So really enjoy it, had a lot of fun. I'm not really good at anything else. It was something I felt was always there. I always enjoyed speaking in public. I was never afraid of the stage. I was never afraid of the amount of people, whether it was 2 people or whether it was 2,000. But it's just something I love to do. I told a story about when I started is when it comes to becoming a motivational speaker or a lecturer, when you want to do it independently, you have to put yourself out there. So I made a poster. I hired a small room in Abu Dhabi, and I invited whoever wanted to come to my event. I told my wife, "You need to come because I need at least one person there." 7 people showed up to my first ever lecture on careers, and that was my first ever step to doing motivational speaking. And I find that once you start and you build that momentum and you do number 2, number 3, number 4, the dominoes start to fall and things start to happen for you. But it all started because I took a chance. When you take a chance, you understand the market, you understand whether it's needed or not. If no one showed up, then I might have had to go back and say, do people really want motivational speakers in the UAE? There's demand for it because I put it out there. Sometimes I need someone that doesn't know me, that just to give me their thoughts and their advice on life. It's the whole sort of big brother concept, right? But when you hear someone come out and tell you the exact same advice from you've never heard in a part of an event, you listen to it a bit deeper. It's just a concept that I think it's always good to hear an outside voice tell you something that makes you move. At least that's what drew me to go and see motivational speakers. Man, it's all a matter of what you choose to focus your time and energy on, right? So I really give little to no energy on negative opinions, on people that have sort of personal issues with the stuff I'm doing. Instead of that, I focus on people like yourselves who invited me here today. People who write to me on Twitter and Instagram or Snapchat just telling me how one of my talks, one of my articles has helped them in their life. And that's what keeps me positive. And that's what keeps me energetic, because I choose to focus on that. What I can control is what I put my energy on, and I choose to focus on that. And if nothing positive comes through from the outside, man, I know that I'm doing things that I love. I know my family are supporting me. If I gain my energy and my resources from the positive energy that I choose to surround myself. Remember, it's a choice what you focus on and who you surround yourself with, and what you choose to be your source of motivation, energy, and positivity. That's what I choose to focus on. It's because I love it. I love it. For example, you could be doing something you don't want to do and be like spiritually and emotionally exhausted. I'm doing this stuff because I want to do it, because I enjoy it, because when I'm up on that stage, I don't want to be anywhere else in the world. And no matter how tired I am, no matter how many events, I've done days where I've driven 3 hours to give a 20-minute talk because that 20 minutes on stage is everything to me. It's who I am, it's what I want. I don't want anything more or anything less. And I can't get tired of that feeling. Regardless of how physically exhausted I am, I'm never tired of that feeling, and that drives me.
What does the Emirati youth lacks and needs to work on?
Man, that's a hard question, because they have every resource available to them. All right, you want to get funding for an entrepreneur, education, a job, whatever. You have all these initiatives that are happening in the UAE. They can do anything they want to do, really. And I remember telling a classmate of mine when I was at university about all the resources we give to Emiratis that want to be entrepreneurs. And I remember he said to me, and I'll never forget this, he said, if I had 1% of the opportunities that your country gives you, I'd be a billionaire by now. And I believed him. I was just like, I have no doubt you are, or you would be. I think we need that hunger. I think we need that drive to go out and create things for ourselves. And I think that's something that I try and talk about in a lot of my lectures, because what we need to realize as Emirati youth is we've been given a lot. Alhamdulillah. But what they can't give us is the things that we are personally passionate about. Why? Because that's something you have to create. You can't go to a job and just expect it to be the exact dream scenario that you have. The dream scenario that you have is something you have to go out and create. That job that you love, you need to create it. All right? And entrepreneurship is one of the biggest ways to do that. What I try and aim through my talk is to build that hunger within our Emirati youth. To get them to be hungry enough like this guy, because we have no excuses. And that's the point that I try to reiterate to the youth. You have no excuses for being miserable, for being unhappy. You really have no excuse. And we need to realize that. You're only stressed when you're still. Don't sit and be still and just worry and stress about things. Get to work. Because when you're working, you're doing something about it. You know, if you've got an issue with the class or you're having problems with it, if you study, if you work hard, if you sit with your professor, if you sit with a study group, you're doing something about the problem. And you know, you want to stress like you're the only one that's ever stressed about an exam. Guess what, man? They're all working, they all made it, and you're going to make it too. So don't stress too much, man. You know, because everything is going to work out if you put in the work. I think the thing that hurt me the most is to assume that everything was already planned for me. To graduate, and right after graduation, go get a job. A job in a company that paid me a salary and all that stuff. You know, and I thought I put the job and the need for security and stuff like that, and I was a single guy living with my parents. I put that need to be stable before the need to pursue my dreams and take some risks and travel the world and learn. I feel that I gave 8 years of my life just following that. And if I could go back and tell myself something when I was graduating, I would just tell myself, don't be afraid. And don't rush into becoming this secure, stable adult. Take some risks. Be broke. Go travel. Learn something. Sleep on the beach because you can't find a hotel. Whatever you need to do to just figure out the world, because when you do that, when you go out and discover the world, through those journeys, through those hardships, through all those things, you discover yourself and what you were put on this earth to do. And you will never figure that out if you're just always assuming that you need to do everything according to society's plan. Take a chance.
Take a chance.
Take a chance.